Hello, my chicklets. Thank you for stopping by. Today we will be reading Day 9 of our Mayflowers event, Alyssum, Worth Beyond Beauty. As always, information will be in the description. Up-and-coming actor Roman Regal has been listed as the #1 eligible bachelor for the 4th month in a row. This rise to fame has been in part to his casting in the new Hitchcock-Lucas film Godfather Wars. With a smile like that, it's no surprise that he was chosen for such a prestigious film. Roman couldn't help the smile that grew on his face. He had always known that he was destined for the stage, but to have other people appreciate him, it was everything he had hoped for. He was living his best life. He had found a comfortable apartment. He had finally gotten out of the awkward phase of searching for jobs. He was well known enough that it was easier to get said jobs, even being specifically requested sometimes. He had proved his parents wrong. He could make a career out of something creative. Roman flopped backwards onto the couch, turning to look at the TV screen, watching the movie release discussion. He was excited to play one of the important supporting cast members. It was a huge opportunity. But that's the exact problem. Roman Regal is nothing more than a pretty face. He's still a newcomer in the industry, and he hasn't built the years of experience that many other actors have built. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be hired for movies. It's obvious that he has potential, and I believe we could be seeing a star in the making. However, I think he is simply too inexperienced to be receiving such an important role in a Hitchcock-Lucas film. His stomach dropped. That was a criticism he had been coming up against a lot. People were saying he was all flash and no substance, that all he had was a pretty face, and as soon as his looks began to fade, he would no longer be in the public eye. Roman hated that, because he didn't want to rely on his looks. He was so much more than that. He had spent years practicing his craft, years refining it, and he had every intention on continuing that. Reviewers like this just shook his confidence a little. Was he really not showing people everything he had managed to learn as an actor? Could people not see the talent he worked so hard for? Roman sunk into the couch, wanting to hide his face from the world. I disagree with that. Not the part about Mr. Regal having a good face, but he is more than looks alone. The work he does to prepare for a role is rather obvious if you really look at his performances. And there is a reason that he is always being considered for Best Supporting Actor. I personally think his characters show a lot of nuance, and he deserves that award at the next show. He may be a young actor, but you can already tell that he has been working hard to understand the characters he portrays. Roman tuned out the rest of the discussion. It was nice to know that not everyone thought he was just a pretty face, but it still nagged in the back of his mind. He sighed, grabbing his phone and looking at it. At least there was one person he knew didn't like him for his face. He had figured out early on that he needed to keep a certain level of anonymity if he was going to live his life in the spotlight. He had an online account that had no connection to any of his other accounts. He didn't even use the same email. This was one place where he didn't have to pretend to be perfect. Hello, my magnificent companion. How are you today, Emo Nightmare? He had only one friend that didn't know who he was in real life, or what he looked like. Still a blight on society. What about you, Prince Does Too Much? Tired. Got told by someone that my face is the only good thing about me. How rude, am I right? Oh, for sure. Who wants to look at that ugly mug anyway? Roman snorted. But seriously, if you were only worth a pretty face, I wouldn't be talking to you. I know, and I appreciate that. So, why not tell me about whatever Disney movie you're obsessed with right now? I won't even mention all the bad parts about it. Seriously? Seriously, but only for today. You're the best. Roman began to rant about his current obsession. He He liked talking to his friend because it reminded him that he wasn't just the pretty face everyone said he was. Online, he could be himself, and it was a nice reminder that he had worth beyond beauty. Thank you again for listening. This was Alyssum, Worth Beyond Beauty, Day 9 in our Mayflowers event. I hope all of you have a wonderful day and be safe out there.